Hey babies, and how are you all doing? Hope you guys are doing fine. Hope you're doing great. Hope everywhere mama, hope everywhere still well. Welcome back babies. Guys, do not forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on your notification bell, and also do not forget to give me a huge thumbs up and then share this video. Thank you. So far so good guys. If you're to choose any of this housemates to prepare a meal for you, who would you choose? Is it capable or Big Soso? In fact, let me add Thelma in it. Who would you say, oh, or Isabella or Emisi? Okay, fine. We see them in the kitchen. Is it Isabella, Emisi, Big Soso, or K-Bobo? Anyways, if there's something I love happening for Mensah this season, is the way he's been attached to Adekunle Gold's image, and it's also the same way Adekunle Gold recognize him back to back. If you go to Adekunle Gold's page on Twitter, you will see him tweeting about Mensah back to back, and I won't lie to you guys, I love this for him. Like, I love this so much for him. He gets why. Okay, that being said, talking about loving it so much for a person, Faith is literally trending, you guys. Adewuyi says, the way Faith became top 4 favorite housemates to win bbnaija in just 1 week need to be studied. A real game player. And then Aru and Karen says, I am so glad that people are now seeing Faith and what he brings to the table. So what people are saying that, you see this season, I have told you guys how they are trending Faith with the top 4 thingy. They said it's Emisi, Kanye, Dede, and Faith. And they said they want him to also be more recognized. That when it comes to intelligence, smartness, he is there. And the reason why people are saying all of this, because they said they feel like people who are intelligent and smart in Biggie's house, people barely recognize them. You would even see them go home. But I think Faith's own is different because even being intelligent and smart, he also gives drama too. Don't you guys think so? Alright, VHQ says Faith deserves a huge fan base. That man has shown all facets of himself and represent what Big Brother is. bbnaija. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment. Over here, Dambo's kid is missing his woman. He says, can you all just go tell bbnaija to take me back in already? I miss my baby at Zita. And then someone said to him, she is coming home on Sunday, 3 more days. Imagine that. I think this was when Zita was up. And then he said, God forbid. For you to see how kind God is. You know, sometimes we think our own thing. We feel like, oh, this person, no, this one would go. You know, thinking some other persons are more deserving, but there is a way God does his own thing. She won head of house, and now look at her shining and actually peaceful in the house because she is not afraid of going home this week. She has got an extra week to her name. Not just her, this person inclusive, Jason inclusive, and then Faith and Mensah. They have got free week. You know, all right, talking about this Zita, somebody says she is beautiful than Dede, but people don't see her. This was literally trending on the social space. I could not stop laughing. I keep saying this thing, it's okay for you guys not to like Dede, but no be she do. She's not the reason why the guys are rushing towards her. It is her charisma, the way she carries herself. It is why those guys are rushing towards her. As a woman, it is good to carry yourself very well. It gets why. All right, guys, talking about carrying yourself very well, I think it is very easy for Gigi to carry on from whatever Victory tried to start up, the fire he tried to ignite between them. Anytime Victory wants to come back to Gigi's life, I know he would actually come back at ease. I feel like it is because of he doesn't want to really go back to her. But they have got a good friendship. They actually looked at through Victory's album. In fact, Gigi was even telling Sultana, oh, I looked at his picture. I want to know if he's actually a proper hair from the onset, whatever, you know. But whichever ways, I feel like Gigi is becoming lonely because all of her friends are actually involving themselves in a ship. Now she felt left out. Yes. Why did I say so? We've got her friends Doris and Sultana. She's talking to what's the name, Sultana? Sultana is talking about Jason. She's talking about to Doris. Doris talking about what's the name? Denari. And there's something funny going on the social street about Gigi. There's something she said in her diary session yesterday. She said that Denari is actually, you know, crawling back into his shell, right? Because of he's now with Doris, that he has actually lost his personality and all of that. So people were like asking on the social space, why does Gigi feel like Denari needs to be with her for his personality to be out there? Why does she feel like it is because of Denari is with Doris? That is why she feel like he's actually back to his shell. She says she feels all alone in the house, and her bestie, who is Denari, that she could no longer get access to him anyways, blah, blah, blah. I just hope that he is fine. Even Biggie asked her and said, why do you think he's actually not okay? you know. I don't just know for Gigi, but I feel like she'll be fine. She'll definitely be fine, but she is not just happy in that house. She said she missed Ortega and IB and all of that. Anyways, talking about that, there is a conversation that ensued between what's the name again? Sultana and Gigi. If there's something I have noticed about Sultana, she know how to insult her fellow women like with all her might. She did carry first when it had to do with that. I noticed that when she always talk about Dede, now she says something, the camera actually ensued on them, not mentioning whoever they were referring to. But what she said is, with the conversation, if you're watching the show, you will know whom they are referring to, because with what she said, oh, without her hips, where she used fillers on and injections, right? And if you see her lips, she used whatever on it. And also, it's not money she would have used to, she do not have money for BB or whatever. What she would have used for personal hygiene is what she wasted on her waist. You know, all those kind of talk. Then I think it had to do with when culture was caught in the act by trying to, when Biggie said whatever he said about what culture did for Tracy, right? When they were dissecting it outside before culture came out, in front of the door that actually demarcated the lounge and the garden. It did happen there. I never knew it, what's the name? Sultana was having beef with Isabella. I thought they were actually in tune over what culture was lying about. So according to her, she was like, also Isabella was yapping. So when she said that with the words she used, people started asking on the social space, like, who is this girl referring to? Some people said, oh, okay, someone says Isabella, she has a terrible mouth, that is why I can't stand her. Very silly girl, right? And I noticed something this season. Sultana literally lost some fans this season. I noticed some persons rooting for her earlier on. They've actually switched. And I feel like he started off with some of the things going on until he gets to the part of peeing. I think that one got to some persons. Anyways, I wish her the best. And I also still feel like she's among the housemates who has also got a huge fan base this season. But let's see how the game plays out. Talking about the game, you guys. Bright the gamer. Yesterday he was so dull. He wasn't talking to Midday. They were just on their own. And then Victory had conversation with Bright yesterday night. I was asking him what is going on with him, if he is fine. He said he's just thinking about life, thinking about the outside world and some other things, that he's trying his best not to let the outside world or whatever weigh him down. And then Victory actually put in and said himself, when he think about his life after the show, he actually gets sad because outside there he has nothing going on for him for now and all of that. So he does not know how to start when he gets there. When this housemate leave the house is actually the real reality show. That is the truth. But whichever ways, Bright was like, oh, he's just thinking out some things, and it's getting to him. And also himself and Midday, they are having disputes. And at the same time, that with Midday, he does not know how Midday would catch feelings. He was just, I think what was wrong with Bright is the game he's playing with all of his mind, trying to forget the outside, is actually coming to his face as a picture that how would things play out outside with all of this I've gotten myself involved in, right, with Midday. He even said, oh, I know my girlfriend will be rooting for me and all of that, But whichever ways, he later had conversation with Midday. Midday said, oh, he's going to be on probation because he's actually doing a lot of things that would make her feel like she is forcing things. And then Midday said something that with the things you do, right, it's actually like, because I like you so much, you feel like I would easily forgive you, that's why you do the things you do. But whichever ways, Bright apologized. He's a sweet guy. If he don't look under his eyes like this, Midday could just succumb. So Midday actually said he is on probation, and then Bright was like, okay, what are you looking forward to before I would actually pass the probation test? And then Midday said, me self, I don't know, but let's be saying. That was what she said. But I know Midday likes Bright. For sure, she does like Bright, but it is what it is. I wish them the best. But one thing I know is, do you know, Bright can play game. Oh. He's a good actor. That's why he's acting film. Because the way he would complain, the way he had that conversation with Victory, and making it look obvious that he knows what he is doing. Like he's not deep into this fresh relationship thing he has with Midday in the house, right? But when he goes to Midday, the way he sounds sweet, you guys. In fact, he was just telling Midday, please, I promise you, I'm not gonna make you question or doubt my whatever I have with you and all of that. I'm like, yo, the men them. Anyways, guys, talking about this, what do you guys think about this drama going on with Midday and Bright, and how you think? Do you notice that it is weighing him down sometimes? And then talking about Midday, I saw where some persons who knows Midday's mom and where she sells her food says her mom steadily puts the TV in her restaurant on bbnaija channel. That's anybody that comes in, if the show Midday on screen, she'll be lamenting, see my daughter, you know, all of those talks. In my mind, I'm like, before encore, what you want make she do? That is the right avenue for people who came to eat. You tell them to vote your daughter. Simple as ABC. Anyways, guys, let me drop it here to leave the rest for you guys in the comment section, and please do not forget to like and share this video. Thank you so much for always sailing with me. Bye for now, babies.